I've punched in some numbers, and I've come to find that a T-Rex weighed about 9 tons, while Godzilla, the legendary version from the Monsterverse, weighed about 90,000 tons. So if we were to assume the T-Rex were 10,000 times its size, it would be about the size of Godzilla. And check this out, a T-Rex had a bite force of about 12,000 pounds. So if we were to increase that by 10,000 times, it would equal 120 million pounds of bite force. And imagine that! I mean, that could chew the shit out of some serious stuff. I imagine him just ripping a Muto in half with a single bite. That's damn powerful, man. But we must remember, Godzilla is extremely durable. While the Mutos fought Godzilla to the point of exhaustion, he managed to get back to his feet and return to the ocean in a matter of hours, showing no physical fatigue or injury. This could be a testament to Godzilla's durability, showing that he was either simply exhausted, or because of his healing factor that allowed him to recover from any wounds he sustained by sunrise. Plus, Godzilla showed no outward signs of damage from any weaponry used by the United States Armed Forces, including heavy gunfire, missiles, tank shells, and various other weapons. In fact, Godzilla seemed to not even notice most of these attacks, only flinching slightly at artillery fire, striking him at point-blank range, and briefly showing visible pain after being struck directly in his gills. Godzilla was also pinned underneath a skyscraper that collapsed on him, while he paused to catch his breath, but it did not keep him subdued for long as he quickly got back to his feet and continued to pursue the enemy. Now, according to the Jurassic Park universe, we were able to witness T-Rexes, namely Rexy, showing a very high class of intelligence. Rexy teamed with Blue to defeat a greater foe, the Indominus Rex, and managed to escape with her life. And the two Rexes from the Lost World teamed together and got rid of a threat by knocking the damn trailer over a cliff and saving their baby, while getting a few meals in at the same time. Pretty damn smart, right? And Rexy showed several abilities in terms of her fighting methods. She's able to battering ram with her damn head and smash into her foes like a bulldozer. She also searches for weak spots and goes for the neck and shit like that. And we must remember that Godzilla did portray vulnerable gills in the film, a weakness that the Mutos exploited. Puncturing them caused him great pain and weakened him from repeated blows. This is also seen when he tried to make his way to San Francisco. A stray shot from the naval fleet managed to hit his gills, and he toppled through the Golden Gate Bridge as a reaction. So if a giant T-Rex were able to get him there in his damn gills and squeeze as hard as it can, it potentially could cause a hell of a lot of damage to Godzilla, especially with a 120 million pound force being applied. But check this out, here's a description of Godzilla's atomic breath on the Godzilla wiki page. As shown in Godzilla, Godzilla's atomic breath was more of a focused, fiery-shaped energy beam that Godzilla spews out. Godzilla only used it against the Mutos after he had taken a severe beating and was already growing weaker, showing that Godzilla only uses it as a last resort against opponents he can't physically overpower on his own. Though it doesn't appear to have the same destructive properties as the versions prior, the blasts were strong enough to push back, severely weaken, and eventually kill the female Muto, showing that while it may not have the destructive force of its predecessors, this version of Godzilla's atomic breath is still incredibly deadly in its own right. It is, however, entirely possible that Godzilla never used his atomic breath at its full power, seeing as how Godzilla was already extremely weak when he began using it. And perhaps the female Muto's EMP energy field caused this atomic breath to weaken, so maybe we didn't see it in its full effect. So, say the giant T-Rex starts beating the shit out of Godzilla with that tremendous bite force and very powerful battering ram head, and Godzilla begins to weaken tremendously. Perhaps then he would use his atomic breath as a last resort. But how powerful is this breath? We do not yet know entirely, in my humble opinion. And who in hell do you guys think will win in this battle of the Titans? Let me know in the comments how you presume this battle would play out, and who might you deem victorious in the end. Like this damn video, if you will. I am the Triassic Iceman. More videos to come.